TNTM the show presents Comicast 311 with your host Pablo Gunner, and I am here to talk nerdy to you about this week's comics or last week's comics, because it's actually Tuesday, so it's almost time for the new week's comics, but it's last week's comics, so November 8th. So those are going to be the books that I'm going to be reviewing this week. And we have a grade scale here at Talk Nerdy to Me. And it is by, skim, pass. Then we have variations, which is strong by, weak by, strong skim, weak skim, pass is pass. Then we also have different terms. Like there's the best book of the week, which we call here at Talk Nerdy to Me because we're hardcore comic book nerds, the back and bag, because we put it in this nice back and bagging. So, and we also do things with the, we also say things like, oh, there's also the runner-up, and then there's also the, we say contender. Like, so if it's really, really solid, so strong by, usually contender, not always, but usually. So yeah, strong by will usually be a contender, but I'll say it's a contender or not, you know, if it is a contender for runner-up and or B-bow. So yeah, so that's pretty much it. We have a timer, and if it's 1 minute, if it's one person reviewing it, it's 1 minute. So obviously I'm here by myself. JD is sick, and which it's always great to have a sick day when you have a brand new video game to play, like Battlefront 2, Star Wars Battlefront 2. So I feel bad for him, but I kind of don't feel bad for him because I know he's playing Battlefront 2, which is fine because I didn't get it. I won't be getting it maybe for now. Just because I want to see how the reviews are. I want to get it from him actually and see what he says. So whenever he shows up, hopefully next week, we can get his word on if it's worth it or not. So yeah, but that's it for the nerdy talk for this week for Talking Nerdy, besides comics. So like I said, I was saying about the timer, I'm by myself. This is what I have for this week for the tone. I don't have a lot of tones, people. My phone wiped all the tones when I got an iPhone 8, and so and that's one of the issues with the tones. I've called, and that's what they said. The new iOS is just it's done that. It wiped everybody's tones and stuff like that. So yeah, so this is all I have for this week. But still, if you know it, send it my way. And I will send you a free digital comic that will probably be the runner-up or the B-bow for this week. Or if you want to call, if you want to say, hey, this is what I want that's out this week, then do it. Like live on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, whatever way you want to get a hold of us, email. I have my phone here with me, so I'm going to get it. And you just tell me what it is that you want, which digital comic code that you want. But here's the tone.
The war was lost. The treaty signed.
So that's all. I will give a hint for it, which is it's from a show. I will say it's from a show. I'll probably give more hints. If nobody guesses it, I'll give more hints throughout the podcast, throughout the live stream. So without further ado, I think, oh, spoiler alert. I do want to say spoiler alert just because I am reviewing these books. We review these books, and so there will be at least minor spoilers. I will spoil the most probably when I cover my runner-up and B-bow. Sometimes I just get overexcited and I'll spill too much. Sometimes I just don't care because it's a bad book and I want to save you save you the money. So that you don't waste on it. So, like I said, without further ado, I'm going to jump into these comics, and I'm going to do it just the way that I read them. So here we go. Let's get this party started. I actually put this, yeah. So it's Dark Knight's Batman Lost #1. It is a Dark Knight's metal tie-in, of course. We have Scott Schneider, James Tynion, and Joshua Williamson as the writers. Doug Mankey, Yannick Paquette, and Jorge Jimenez on pencils, Jaime Mendoza, Paquette, and Jimenez on inks. Then Will Quintana, Nathan Fairbairn, and Alejandro Sanchez on colors. Then Tom Napolitano as letters. So it's cool. It has Old Man. There's Old Man Wayne, old man Bruce Wayne, and his granddaughter comes in, and she's like, "Tell me a story." And she gets a story that's an old school story. He's like, "Yeah, I had just started, you know, it was in my first year and stuff, and they thought it was this guy." And then he starts having these flashes of like, wait, this isn't right. He starts having flashes of him when like he was like the caveman version, when he was thrown back in time and stuff like that, and stuff. And then yeah, it's just really crazy. And they're like, "No, this isn't his kid." You know, the daughter's like, "No, that's not right. You're not telling it right." And then all this other weird stuff's going on, these flashes. It's kind of like all over the place, but it's really interesting and done really well and stuff. And yeah, I just love how they weave. And this girl, you know, she just kind of goes crazy because Batman has figured out he's like stuck in a dream or something like that. So, oh, well, it's not working this week because, well, you know, it's a piece of crap. So yeah, but obviously Batman is Barbatos does come to him and stuff, and this is, you see where he's like stuck, he's lost, you know, and he's trying to get out. But yeah, it's really interesting, it's really awesome, it's fantastic. I know I didn't really give too much, but it's one of those things you just have to read for yourself. It's hard to explain because it's kind of trippy, but it's brilliant, and the paneling is so phenomenal. And then the different color styles work perfectly because he's jumping in different stories. So it works perfectly because it's a tonal shift. It's a completely different shift. So it completely works. I will say that this is, I'm going to say this is a strong buy. Oh, man. I was kind of hoping that I wouldn't have to review this book on my own. But maybe I'll get the chance to ask JD about it next week, which is Spirits of Vengeance, #2. Don't know why it's a legacy book. Maybe it should be, but it doesn't have legacy numbering because it's a #2. Victor Gischler is the writer. David Baldion is the artist. Andres Mossa is the color artist. And Corey Petit is the letterer. Now, I like Baldion, but I like him in the correct setting, which is not one that is supposed to be dark and creepy and serious, which this is. And this is, it looks goofy because his style is goofy, and it works better for like softer, warmer toned books, more like cartoony stuff, sort of. You get these creatures that attack Ghost Rider and Hellstrom and all these other people, and then they interrogate this guy that is to find out like who sent these demons after them. And you know, Blade's part of it as well, but I don't get enough Blade, and it's just weird because then you just see the other stuff that's going on. The lady, the daughter of Mephisto, I think I want to say. Yeah, I don't know. It's just, I just don't care. I really don't care. Like, I don't care about this Ghost Rider. I'm over Johnny Blaze. There's not enough Blade in here for me to care. So, but yeah, it's just, I just don't care. That's what it comes down to, is I really just do not give a crap about any of these characters, about this story whatsoever. It's just not for me. If you're an old school reader and you like the old Spirits of Vengeance, then it's for you. Like I said, JD seemed to really like it, but it's definitely not for me. Like I said, I like the art, but I don't like I even like the style. It just doesn't fit this title to me. So anyways, I'm going to give this, for me, it's not even worth the money. Like, to be honest, I didn't even want to get this book. I really didn't. I'm glad I did because JD's not here. I'm not trying to bust his chops. It's just a fact that he's not here. He's sick, so I hope he gets better. Truly, I honestly do. But what I'm saying is just like, he has a different point of view. It's just nice to get different points of view, you know, and different angles and stuff like that. So, like I said, I have zero intention of getting this anymore. So I kind of want to say that it's a weak buy, but let's be honest. If I didn't want to pick it up in the first place, it's not that anyways. At best, it is a strong skim. Here's a digital code, though. Tell me what you think. F for Familia, C for Carlos, M for Marcos, J for Josefina, Q for Quintana, U for, I don't know, and then anyways, I for Ignacio, V for Villanueva, A for Alamos, I for Ignacio, 5-9. There you go. Next, it is Falcon number 2, Take Flight, Winter in America. Writer is Rodney Barnes, artist Joshua Casara, color artist Rochelle Rosenberg, letter Joe Caramagna. Caramagna. So yeah, this one picks up exactly where it left off. It's all-out war with these two gangs. They are killing each other. You know, there's people caught in the crossfire. They're trying to break it up. They send forces to break it up, you know, and then you see, like, that is clear that the mayor is Blackheart, and he is meeting with the gang leader, one of the gang leaders, and stuff. And he even takes him on a trip in the astral plane and just shows him, like, how below him he is. You know, you're a dog and I am the master, essentially. You know, I am godly being, you know, and you're trash. So, but yeah, and so they do their best. He even goes to, you know, Falcon goes to the mayor. He gets Brother Voodoo in on this and stuff to help because they know that somebody else is involved, some magic, something or other. And Patriot's doing his best, but there's craziness going on. It's interesting, and I like it, but I don't think I like it enough to keep reading it. It's not bad, and I think it'll get better. I think hopefully if it keeps going strong, it'll be worth jumping back on. But considering the way it's going, I don't see this thing. I honestly don't see this title lasting more than 8 issues. Which is unfortunate, but it's just how it is. Like, I'm probably not going to, like I said, I'm probably not going to keep reading this. I'll probably skim the next issue and see how it is. And based off of that, I will or won't pick it up. But right now, it's a weak buy. And it's not because it's bad necessarily. Like, it looks pretty solid and it's interesting. It's just not as good as the previous creative team, previous writer was. And just what they're dealing with, it's different stuff. So yeah, so like I said, weak buy. And here's a digital code. 2, K for kill, X for X-ray, P for pain, B for bones, M for Milton, P for pain, V for Victor, 8, 5, M for melt, J for Jones. I have Runaways number 3, and the writer is Rainbow Rowell, and artist is Chris Anka, color artist Matthew Wilson, letter Joe Caramagna. And so this one, I feel like I missed an issue because I thought they were going to get Molly, and the way that the cliffhanger was from the last one, it seemed like they were going to go get Molly. But instead, they're going to visit Katarina, what is her name? Carolina, yeah. Carolina Dean. And so she's actually an alien, and she's in college, and she's liking life. She's happy about life. Then the crew shows up, and they're like, hey, we're getting the crew back together. And they're like, okay, how the hell is she alive? Is Gert alive? And she's explaining, she's like, you know, and she's like, I'm happy with my life. I'm not leaving. And then Nico, you know, like, she's like, no, I haven't moved on. I'm sticking with the group. And she's like, okay, later. So then Gert goes on this thing about how, like, you know, I'm 10 years younger than all of you guys. Like, what the hell? You know, like, I don't even fit in with you guys now because you've all aged. Like, even Chase, like, I know you saved me, but I just do not fit in with this group. And then they've reactivated Victor, sort of, to a certain degree. And it's just all kinds of crazy that's going on. So I'm loving it. I'm down for more. I think it's fantastic. I think it's phenomenal. I love the original Runaways. This is something different. This is something new. This is fresh. I like it a lot. I give it a strong buy. I give it a contender because there's a lot of stuff going on here that they're planting, and it's really, really interesting stuff. It's really great. It looks phenomenal, and it really works really well. I can't wait until I think they're going to go see Molly to the next. It says tomorrow. I feel like it is day by day, and so I want to say tomorrow, but it's more like next issue, next episode. So yeah, it's a brilliant book, and I absolutely love it. So that being said, I'm going to hold on to the code for this one for now because it might be runner-up, might be Bebow, because it is a contender. We'll see. And if it's not, then I'm going to give it away at the end. Now we have Generation X, number 8. It is writer Christina Strain, artist Amilcar Pina, colorist Felipe Sobiero, letterer Clayton Coles. And, oh God, this one's so bad. So we have iBoy and we have Nature Girl, and they are babysitting Shogo, Jubilee's kid, adopted kid, and they are at the zoo hanging out with the bears, but she can communicate with the bears. She's and everything like that, so she knows what's going on. Then you have this other girl, and she is talking to Husk. Roxy is talking to Husk, and she's the new psychiatrist, but she's in training. She hasn't finished her degree. And she's like, I used to be an X-Men. I used to think I was I was perfect fit for X-Men because of my power set. And she's like, it's okay to not feel that way, because she freaked out last time. And then you see Monet, and she's sapping bodies. Well, it's not just really Monet. It's Monet and her brother who are now combined. And so, who I think is controlling her and stuff. And she's like, oh, yeah, or he wants her to go get the X-Men because they have more power. And Krakoa shows up and messes things up. And they have to fix that, and it creates, issues. So, it's really good, really interesting stuff. I like it, and they have to go. It looks pretty terrifying for the Jubilation League. I like it. I love how it is. We're 8 issues in. We have not had an artist change. We have not had a writer change. It's going really well. I like the tone of it and everything, and how everything's going. It's done really, really well. So I give it a strong buy, and I'm going to give the digital code away. 7, S for Señorita, N for Novela, A for Alamos, M for Marcos, 7, R for Rigoberto. I think it's an O for Ocotillo, or it could be a 0. I'm not sure. And for Novela, Y for Yanks, 6, M for Marcos. Now on to X-Men Gold. Number 15, it's Mojo Worldwide Part 5. Writer Mark Guggenheim, penciler Diego Bernard, inker JP Mayer, colorist Rain Beredo, letterer Corey Petit. And okay, so they are in now the Mojo world. They are in the Mojo world. They are like, hey, we have figured out like where his headquarters are. We need to mess it up. Magneto's still stuck inside though with Danger and Polaris, but they are finding a way out. And oh man, it's just so cool to see all these different teams of X-Men work together. I really like this a lot. It's fantastic, and I love how James keeps on messing with Old Man Logan and stuff. It's really cool. It's just funny. But yeah, so they finally figured out how to break through. But even Mojo has said, like, okay, you're in the real world now, so you can die. There's no holding back. We will kill you off. And yeah, they have these crazy creatures and stuff that they're going to have to face. So yeah, this one obviously is a strong buy. It's been going strong. Mojo verse stuff is just freaking phenomenal. The throwback, to the 90s, 80s, 90s, stuff. And so I love it. Perfect timing. I think it's really great, and it's going really well. So strong buy and a contender. I will give the digital code away though. U for Uptown, 6-2. A for Alvin, 9-3. 7. 6 for Skarsgård, G for Gillen, K for Kilo, O for Oscar or 0, and then C for Capitan. On to Miss Marvel, number 24. It is G. Willow Wilson as the writer. We have Diego Ortegue as the artist, Ian Herring as a color artist, Joe Caramagna as color artist. So this one, it does also pick up where they're left off. They have the train and they have to switch it to different tracks. It's freaking crazy. So it doesn't crash into this under train inside of the tunnel. So she exerted herself a lot. She's running low on energy because that's how she's kind of her powers are based. And yeah, so it's really good stuff. Her and this other guy, they're teaming up and they're like, well, we still need to figure out how to stop this. And they're like, okay, well, we'll just take it to if we do it on old tracks, the rust, should, on tracks that haven't been used and stuff, that'll help. And then it'll be in like the trees. And then if we do it uphill down too. So that's what they plan for and that's what they do. But it goes downhill before it goes uphill. So she really has to try to slow it down from the back end and stuff like that. And then her buddy's trying to help. And then in the end, like everyone wants to just know about him, even though she's the one that saved the day. So she's really contemplating like, maybe I should just take a day off, even though she is 100% the one that did this, she's just not getting the recognition for it. But I don't know, like, I really don't care. Like, that's the thing is, for me, I'm one of those people that when I'm at work, I'm getting paid to do a job. You don't have to tell me thank you. You don't have to say, I appreciate your work, whatever, because I'm getting money. Like, I don't need your recognition for that. I mean, recognition in real life, that's different. But I also feel like heroes shouldn't do it for the recognition. Like, it's nice, but at the same time, I just don't think she's human. She's young, I get it. So it makes sense. I'm just saying, like, that's not really why you do it, and I think she's going to come to that realization, and that'll be great. So this is a strong buy. This is a contender for sure. I don't know if I should keep the code or not, but I'm going to go ahead and give it to y'all. F for Famicom, C for Cyborg, M for Mega Man, R for Ricochet, I for Inside, 9, A for Alcohol, W for Wesker, 5, L for Logan, 3, Y for Yank. Alrighty, now on to Hal Jordan and the Green Lantern Corps. Number 32, it's Bats Out of Hell Part 3. Did I say it was number 32? So we have the Green Lanterns, and they're fixing up Coast City, and they're just talking about Coast City and how great it is. Oh, pause. So writers Robert Venditti, artists Ethan Van Sciver and Liam Sharp, and then colorist Jason Wright, lettered Dave Sharp. So yeah, this is actually kind of like a flashback of these guys. Then it gets to current time, deep underground, the nightmare bat cave of the Dawnbreaker. And so he keeps on attacking Hal in the dark. And he's like, oh, you think you can beat me because of the dark? That's fine. We can play in the dark. We'll do it in the dark. And so he's playing his game and he's winning. And it's awesome. He creates this giant mech and like pounds him. And I just love like what he's using. But he's using the Green Lantern power against him too, to bring all his ghosts back and bring him to light. So because that's the thing is like, hey, I don't know where you are, you don't know where I am, but he's illuminating him so he knows where he is, but he doesn't know where the other, where the bad guy is. So in the end, you see them and they're dragging all the people to this spire here where the Batman Who Laughs and crew is there. So it's pretty cool. It's pretty interesting, but it's time to turn this around, folks. We need to turn it around. It's getting really hopeless. It's getting really dark, really bleak, and it's time that we need a win. We need a win for for all the DC peeps, especially for the Justice League and everything like that. So yeah, for sure. I can't wait to see that coming because I really feel like it's coming soon, hopefully in the next metal, because they know what hurts them, and it's nth metal. But I think it's going to be the B teams. It's going to be the runner-ups and stuff like that are going to be doing it, like Nightwing, like Damian, all the backups, maybe Roy Harper, all the stuff like that. The other lanterns and stuff like that. I can't wait to see it. It'll be great. And this was really solid. It looks really great. And I love the way it played out. So it's a strong buy, and it's also a contender. And that is it. It's time for a commercial break, and I'm going to talk about Twin Suns Comics and Games. They are located near Coors and Montano in all that shopping area. More like, I think it's, is it Orilla or Ocotillo? It's actually probably closer to that because there's that Dairy Queen, and stuff like that. I love to get to my Dairy Queen treats from when I go by there. And it's also a Pokestop. Twin Suns is a Pokestop. So if you're still into the Pokemon craze, the Pokemon Go craze, you can always do that. And there's all kinds of other stuff, Pokemon stuff and stops in the area. There's a gym, I think, in the area, at least one. But yeah, and there's always a lot of Pokemon there too. So that's great. But they have oh my gosh, they have the coolest things the other day. I should have posted it. I need to post it. But they have so many cool things that are themed. They had this Batman or Captain America backpack that was so sick. I was so tempted to buy it, but someone bought it before I did. And then they have a Link Legend of Zelda one, or they did. That one's freaking sick. They have different ones, and they're legit nice looking backpacks, and they are freaking sweet. They also have these really cool things for Halloween. I know it's not Halloween anymore, but you could always plan for next year, and they're just really cool. If you want to have it for fruit or whatever in your house, they have these. You could get one that's it's like a statue kind of that's holding a bowl. And so like I said, you could put fruit in it, and it's a Jawa. There's Yoda, and I want to see there's something else, but I was like, I want a Jawa so bad. That would be so cool to have that for Halloween, especially in my neighborhood, because people don't really come by that much. So to just throw candy out in a bowl and then just let people take whatever they want, since not many people come to my neighborhood, because we're all old people here. But anyways, so yeah, and they have all kinds of statues. So if you're a hardcore statue person, Twin Suns is the place to go. I really want to start accumulating statues because guys from work have been getting me into them, especially because they have this giant Apocalypse statue, which I love characters that are big that should look big, like Thanos, like Apocalypse, that are just larger than life characters. And even if they aren't portrayed that way in the movies, I think Marvel will be able to pull it off, though, even if Fox wasn't able to do it with Apocalypse. But anyways, point being, they have so many awesome statues. So if you're a statue person, go check out those statues. And in fact, they have frames for portraits and stuff, artwork that goes with it. Especially they have a set, and I was like, oh my god, I would love to own that set. But yeah, and then on top of that, they have comics, they have graphic novels. They get all the New Week's comics and stuff. They do have back issues too. They have a snack machine there for the guys. A lot of the guys that play the tabletop gaming. They have Magic. They have that Warhammer. They have Hero Clicks. They have Yu-Gi-Oh! They have Pokemon. They have everything there that you can think of. And those guys know their stuff. The twins, they're actually twin brothers. And they really know their stuff. If you go there on a late night, they're going to be playing with the other guys there, with the other people there. It's really great. It's phenomenal. And they really know their stuff. And I love just talking to those guys about, whatever shows. They keep on asking me about Thor, and I haven't seen it yet. Hopefully I can watch it tonight. And yeah, we'll see how that goes. So, yeah, they're phenomenal. And for them, you fill out a booklet for their stuff, 15% off. It's a great system, and you're always going to get the stuff, not just issues, because there's in that booklet right here. I have mine. That's why I keep pointing at it. They have shirts. They have figurines. That everything. They have manga. They have all kinds of stuff in that book right there. I'm actually getting the SR2 Normandy And that's I have that in my last one. I think I put that down. And so, and you can get, like I said, shirts and other stuff like that. And so it's a great system. I love it a lot because you're always guaranteed to get the stuff because it's written down, it's ordered. So and if you don't, they'll get it for you 100%, and you'll get it quick. Like I've told them, and they're like, yeah, no problem, boom, done. Like it's such great service over there. So definitely subscribe with them. Look them on Facebook. I think they're also on Instagram, so you can join their magic events. They have Magic Fridays, Magic every Friday, and then they have HeroClix events too. So you want to get in on that stuff. I really want to get into HeroClix. So, but anyways, yeah, check them out. Back to some comics. I want to get back to some books. I'm going to start with DC. I have this Justice League cover right here. It's pretty neat. It's for The Flash number 34. And it is probably the same creative team that we've had, well, same writer at least, which is Joshua Williamson. We also have Michael Morisi as writer as well, and then Pop Mon as art, and then Ivan Plasencia as color. Steve Wands does letter. And so this one is Mina, and she's explaining what happened with her, like why she was disappeared. She's saying that she was sucked into the Speed Force. She's lying. And Wally shows up too, and he's like, oh my God, my mentor, you know, and stuff. And she's like, hey, you know, explaining to him that, hey, the negative Speed Force is killing you, Barry. And so we need to do some tests on you so we can get rid of this negative Speed Force. And so him and Wally run together to do it. But then, like, Wally's like, hey, Barry, or I don't even think he knows that he's Barry, but he's like, hey, you know, you need to slow down. You're stringing yourself too much, you know, and stuff. You're going to hurt yourself. And he's like, no, I need to, because we need to get accurate tests. Well, Mina got the information she needed, and she steals the negative Speed Force from him. So now she has both, I think. And I don't know if Barry has none or he just has one or what. But, yeah. And then there's some work stuff going on, too, like his partner at work, you know, that stuff, too. But, yeah, that's the gist of it. It is a strong buy. It is a contender. And I feel like I've said enough. Now I have Star Wars number 38. It is Kieran Gillen as the writer. Salvador La Roca is the artist. Guru EFX as colors. Clayton Coles as the letterer. And what do we have here? We have, there's some people, they're getting attacked, and Luke shows up to help. But he's getting messed up too. Like, that's what's funny, is he's not really a Jedi. So they're like, what are you, some Jedi? And he's like, oh, trying to be, you know. And so of course they make it out all right and stuff. Man, I just love this art. It just looks so stunning. Everybody just looks like picture perfect, like it's straight out of the movie. It looks freaking beautiful, magnificent, gorgeous. And then there's this queen, the Shutoran queen, Queen Trios, and she's with this general, and he just kills this dude and like throws him. I think he just like chokes him out, and they got these kyber crystals and stuff like that. You know, they have this plan to mine this place and take over stuff. But yeah, this new guy, he looks really hardcore, and yeah, it looks really interesting. Seems really interesting. I'm down for more. This is a good jumping on point, and I'm totally down for it. The art just absolutely kills it. So it is a strong buy, and I'll give it a contender just because that art is just so beautiful. But here, I'll give it the digital code. F for Familia, C for Carlos, M for Marcos, M for Familia, 06, P for Pedro, T for Tomas, 4, H for Juan, or J for Josefina, H for Hector, and 7. Oh, this one's good. I have Shang-Chi, and this is number 126. Gosh, what the hell is this? Okay, so we have Shang-Chi's Day Off. CM Punk is the writer. Dalibor Talajik is the artist. Eric Arciniega is the color artist. Travis Lanham is the letterer. And so this is Shang-Chi supposedly taking a day off. And then some people, you know, they get the jump on him. He goes out with this monkey that he has, and they capture him. And there's this doctor, and they call him, what is it? Mal. His first name Mel, and the last name Practice. And they're like, malpractice? And he hates that. And he's like, but it's so funny. He's like, oh yeah, I purposely got captured. I wanted to see what you guys were up to, you know, because I know you guys are doing experiments. That's why this monkey came to me and wouldn't leave and stuff like that. And oh my God, like this is so cool just seeing his fighting and stuff like that and facing off against these people. CM Punk, keep on writing comics because you are funny. Great story. This is a character that I was interested in, but I'm not in love with. I'm not like a huge fan of Shang-Chi. It's a #1 type thing. Perfect time to jump on. So it was the perfect thing for me. I hope he keeps on writing this and getting to write this because he's so good so far. Like, so funny. Total props to him. He knocked it out of the park. This is a strong buy, and this is a contender. I'm going to save the digital code for this. That's how good it was. Ooh, damn it. Looks like I might be giving away quite a few comics at the end of this Comicast. Now I have Moon Knight, and it's number 188. It's a special oversized issue. And we have a different creative team. A writer is Max Bemis. I don't know who he is. She is, maybe. I don't know. Artist Jason Burrows. Never heard of them either. Colorist Matt Lopez. I know of him. And then letterer Corey Petit. And yeah, so there's this lady, and she's a psychiatrist or whatever, and she's talked about like, hey, Mark Spector and how things have worked out for him. He became this hero because of this. Well, I have this guy, and maybe I could do a similar thing with him. And she, you know, like they go into his past and everything like that. And she's like, I'm going to give him his own, you know, his own God, you know, because he has Khonshu. But this guy, this other dude, I'm going to give him a different God. And so he really, really gets into it deep. And it turns out like it's this God that hates Khonshu. So, and he's getting like violent with it, and he's getting crazy about it. And yeah, I think he's going to get out of this place, and he's going to go after Mark Spector, aka Moon Knight, who is controlled by Khonshu, or has the aid of Khonshu. And then of course they do the intro at the end for this character, for Moon Knight, not for this character. And so I think it worked because of the fact that this story isn't about Mark Spector. So to put it at the end, it was good because then it doesn't put this focus on Moon Knight. And because if you would have put the intro at the beginning, you'd have been like, this has nothing to do with, like, this guy isn't Mark Spector. Like, why are we doing this? But instead we do this story, and then you go, this is what Moon Knight is about. That works. So for this one, it worked. And sometimes it does. And it was really great, too, to get a written thing from Max Bemis and Jason Burrows. That was really cool. Cherry on top. So for me, this is another one that is, it's another strong buy and another contender to the point that I'm going to hold on to this one too. So, because it's phenomenal. It looks just superb, and everything about it is just really great. And I like the idea that it's going with it. I love how you can do like one-off stories with Moon Knight stuff. It's great. Oh, damn it. Just bring on the greatness. Here's another one that's phenomenal. It is Daredevil, number 595. It's a legacy book. It's Mayor Fisk, part 1. We have Charles Soule as the writer. Stefano Landini is the artist. Matt Mia is color artist. Clayton Coles is the letterer. And so this one, you know, it goes into Wilson Fisk and how he was very open about his past and stuff. Like, he really just went, like, it was a very, like, I think, like, last minute he put in his bid and nobody else contested him, probably because they were too afraid. and he won. He got majority vote. They voted for him, and he won. And the thing is, Matt Murdock, he works with the DA, and the thing is Wilson Fisk knows that Matt Murdock has connections to Daredevil, so he's making Matt Murdock go after all the superheroes, you know, through the court and stuff like that, taking them down, especially Daredevil, Luke Cage, you know, Jessica Jones, a lot of those people that are ground level people that messed up them, just heroes in general, because they're always creating destruction. And that's what they wanted. These people wanted something different, and they got something different, and that's it. And Daredevil does show up, and the police right away, they're after him as soon as Fisk set him up. This was 100% set up, and Fisk, you know, they have a face-to-face, and Fisk knew that Daredevil was going to break out because he knows Daredevil. And but he set this whole thing up, and now Daredevil's got the bullseye on him, so to speak. And then they do the outro for that one too. This one I think would have been better with the intro as an intro instead of as the outro, but it works both ways. Actually, I didn't read it, to be honest. The art looks magnificent at the end, though. I will say that. Who is Rodriguez as the artist. But this issue was brilliant and phenomenal, and it just looks so good. I'm going to hold on to this digital code too. Oh, now it is Batman Detective Comics. It's number 968, $2.99. And it is James Tynion IV as the writer. Where is the rest of it? Who cares? So anyways, yeah, it starts off more or less where it picked up too. And we have the whole Bat family taking on Tim Drake Batman. And it's freaking crazy how he's just messing all of them up. Even Batman, he even stops Batman, and he's like, oh yeah, you know, this is how I was able to take all you guys down and stuff. But when it comes down to it, it's Tim Drake versus Tim Drake, and that's the best stuff. And Tim Drake knows himself best, so you know, and this Batman, he's trying to take out Batwoman because she does something messed up apparently in the future. And so, but the time keeps on trying to pull him back because he doesn't belong in our time, in this time. And so, so Tim Drake's like, we just need to stall him essentially. And so, but there's all these planes that are attacking these drones, and so they have to have a fleet help attack those drones too. And then Tim Drake's just like, you know, you're gonna regret this and everything. Yeah, it's superb. The creative team, like I said, James Tynion IV is a writer, Alvaro Martinez is pencils, Raul Fernandez is inks, Tomei Murray colors, Sal Cipriano is letters, and this issue was just freaking superb and intense and brilliant. It was fantastic. I love me a good Tim Drake story, and that's what this was, but it's also a great, you know, like kind of a team book, and it just goes well with the way this has been going. So this is a strong buy and a contender. Last book is Superman Action Comics $9.91. This is $3.99. It's the Oz Effect Part 5. The story and breakdown art is Dan Jurgens. Victor Bogdanovic is pencils. Bogdanovic, Trevor Scott, and Scott Hanna on inks. Mike Spicer is color, and then Rob Lay is letters. This is the explanation that JD and I have been looking for this entire time, and I feel like that's enough, which is it explains how this Jor-El has existed, how he is alive, and how like he has the kryptonite and everything. So it's him, and it is you know, father and son, and they are fighting it off, and he's getting beat down because he has that kryptonite eye, and he uses like laser vision through that to attack him, and he's about to use Doomsday to attack him too, but he doesn't, and he's like, yeah, I'm protecting you, you know, and stuff, and he breaks his staff, and that was the key to everything, and then something pulls him out. I just didn't like how strong Superman was after he got hit with a blast of kryptonite like laser vision kryptonite, he was still pretty strong. I thought that was stupid. I think Superman is way overpowered. I hate that they do that. And when they do that, his one biggest weakness is supposed to be kryptonite. So when you use it against him, it should legitimately like take him to the point where he's almost dying, or he's practically dead. So where he just like he's paralyzed and he can't move. That's the Superman kryptonite weakness that I prefer. That and magic, but magic is different. But my point is like they keep on like he has one weakness and they keep on making that weakness less strong. It doesn't make any sense to me. It's stupid. But the rest of it plays out really well. This is exactly what like I said, JD and I were looking for, and that's why it's a strong buy and it's a contender. And I will say this story arc specifically better in trade because you get to read it all the way through. You don't have to wait issue from issue, even though it comes out every other week. It still was annoying to go like, how is this guy alive? How? You read it in trade, you get to it a lot faster because you're reading it all the way through to the end. But yeah, still a strong buy and a contender. And that's it. It's time for the announcement for the runner-up and back in bag of the week. So like I said, I'm going to be giving away more of these digital codes because I'm going to only hold on to 2, and those 2 should only be the runner-up and the B-Bow. And if it's a DC book, well, none of these DC books have codes, unfortunately, even though Action Comics was $3.99, so technically should have come with a digital code, but it didn't. So yeah, Action Comics, really awesome. But like I said, that one thing did bug me, so I'm automatically throwing that one out of the pile. In fact, I shouldn't even have considered it as contender, but whatever. Batman, oh geez, that was so freaking sick. Daredevil, oh man, I like Daredevil a lot. And so it's nice to be able to get back into Daredevil, and I think this is a great way to do it. And yeah, they're throwing some political stuff in there, but I like it. So if you don't, suck it. Moon Knight, oh my god, this is another one that is just so freaking mind-blowingly great. Shang-Chi, Runaways, Flash, and Hal Jordan. Okay, I'm gonna count those 2 out. And you know what? I am gonna give away Shang-Chi. I mean, it was superb, but I am going to give away the digital code because you all deserve to know how great this book is, because you'll be surprised how good this book is. You really will. Here's the digital code for Shang-Chi, number 126. B for Bones, G for George, 9083. O for Oscar, 2. M for Mankey, 327. Enjoy it. You know what? Runaways is another really solid book, but I'm going to go ahead and give the digital code away for that one as well. So here's the code for that one. It is M for Milton, I for Ignacio, W for Walter, 3, I for Ignacio, S for Saiyan, 4, C for Clam, R for Richter, S for Sloan, L for Logan, F for Fantastic. That's another great one. I hope you all enjoy it. But this one comes down to Moon Knight, Daredevil, Batman Action Comics. Okay, that's what it's coming down to. And I am going to go with Batman Detective Comics as my runner-up. It was phenomenal. Like I said, I love a good Tim Drake story, and this was so good. And I can't wait, even more so, like, I remember what came before. I knew what's going on in this issue, and I can't wait for the next one. That's what a comic should do. It has, like, its own beginning, middle, and end, and that's what it should be about. And I just love it. It looks phenomenal, and everything about it is really great. But like I said, can't wait to read the next issue because of how good this one is. So that's my runner-up. But I'm going to have to go with Moon Knight as my B-Bow. It's number 188. Yeah, 188. It is brilliant. It is phenomenal. You have to check it out. I love how they do these, these story arcs with Moon Knight. This Moon Knight comics are how all comics should be done, I think. But that being said, Daredevil, close, but no cigar. So I'll give the digital code away. F for Fisk, C for Campy, M for Milton, 5, D for Diego, X for X-Men, Y for Yank, G for Guild, I for Inside, P for Pelt, E for Echo, H for Hotel. And there you have it. That's the books for the week. I hope you all enjoyed it. I hope you all enjoyed the Comicast for this week. If you have any suggestions on what we could do, what we can make better, I keep on trying to do trivia for it. Of course, I'm not going to do trivia by myself, but I do have the cards. I need to remember them next time. I also, forgive me for the space that we're using as well as the camera. I know we had, Mason usually was letting me borrow his camera, his webcam, and so that's why it was better. And then now we're on my iMac. And also the room, this is going to be the new gaming room, but the other room I'm going to try to put comics all over the wall, and it's going to be the new Comicast comic book room, and we'll try to do different angles each time we record in there. And I need to acquire another chair or whatever, or another recliner like the one I have, so we can have 2 recliners and just move them, you know, based on, and that's the plans for the future for that room and stuff. And like I said, for this room too, because I need to get this one together. So, but like I said, thank you all for watching. We really appreciate it a lot. Thank you and everything like that. If you have any suggestions, please send them our way. Constructive criticism, you want to be haters, that's all good too, because I'll do my best to make, you know, something constructive out of that. And same thing for all of our other stuff, you know, for Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, you know, Tumblr, all that. You know, if you have any suggestions like that, especially our YouTube, what you want to see. I'm the only one that edits video right now. So right now I edit the Comicast and I edit all the videos. So in the way that my days off work, I can't do anything on my work days. I only can usually do stuff on my days off. And so I do 1 video a week. That's all I can edit usually. And then the Comicast, and that's all I edit. You know, I'll see if we can do more. So if, you know, there's other people in the crew, they're trying to learn as well, so that we can start putting out more content, especially video content, because that's one thing we have a lot of and we're not putting out a lot of. I mean, yes, we do like multiple, I think we do like 2 or 3 videos a week, but we would like to put out a video every single day of the week, or at least 5 days out of the week. So, so yeah, and we have more Talk Foodie to me coming. I will start working on the Japanese snacks videos too, which I'm also going to be relabeling as Talk Foodie to me, but it's going to be, you know, me and Tone Bone doing that instead, and it's going to be named something else different. It's just going to be another subsection or whatever. And yeah, so we're just hopefully keep on putting out great content for you all. And that's that. Yeah. So talk nerdy to me. I'll talk nerdy to you, and keep your host hungry for comics.